Hello and thank you for tuning in to the DDFW After Show. It is me, Mike Zaragoza, and you've got my beautiful co-host right here, Mr. Richard Moore. But
Yes,
the
sir.
even more beautiful, oh my God, I can't believe she's in here. She smells good too. We got Miss Mysia Chabert.
Yes.
Please give it up.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited. I'm glad to have you on.
I'm excited.
How you doing today?
I am doing great, man. Better now that I am here with you.
Awesome. I love your radiance that you project. Your energy is beautiful, and we both know that, right?
Yeah,
we've
talked about this many times.
We always a dictionary today. You said radiance.
Well, you were
Bro,
using,
I was just
you were
asking
using
questions.
white words yesterday. I figured I'd do it too.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So
We're happy and we're singing and we're okay.
yeah, five.
Yeah. Okay.
You know you gotta do it, bro. All right. Well, let's get straight into it, man. Miss Chabert, because I say that better than I do your first name. I know people got a lot of problems messing that up, but tell me,
me included.
Yeah. You don't know how to say anything right.
I know, but she got me so
But
thorough. So I
like
was
with
like,
Richard,
okay.
I forgive him. It hasn't been that long that he had the pleasure of meeting me. But you?
All right. Let's get to the questions. So, how did you get into comedy?
It's funny. It happened on my grandmother's funeral.
God, that's some dark thoughts there.
Was that a nervous laugh or just?
No.
No,
Okay.
that was real.
No. So
Okay, just asking.
I'm gonna try to make the long story short. So I have the grumpiest, the most bitter man in the earth happens to be my uncle, and we were at my grandma's funeral. I'm just being me, like.
Yeah.
When we hang out,
Yeah.
and he's laughing, he's cracking up, tears are coming out. My mom is annoyed, like, what are you doing? Stop it. I don't like it. We've never seen your uncle laugh, blah, blah. After a few minutes, he pulls me to the side and he says, like, have you ever actually considered doing stand-up? And he just planted that seed. Coming from someone like him, it stuck with me. And 3 years later, I decided to try an open mic, and it changed my life forever.
That's awesome.
Those
Now,
5 minutes. Oh,
so when it was your uncle telling you that, you took that in stride because you believe his word, right?
yes.
Have you ever had people tell you before, hey, you're pretty funny, you
All
should
my
try
life.
that? Okay, did you believe them, like every single one of them that told you?
I mean, like, I know it was funny. Like, sometimes you can fake a laugh, but sometimes you can't. And I knew it, and I felt it, the energy when I make someone laugh and
If it's
whatnot.
real or not.
If it's
Yeah,
real or
yeah.
not. But in that situation, especially coming from him and us being in a funeral, his mom, my grandma, it really hit me. It really did.
Yeah. It gave you ideas how to sell merch and stuff like that.
No. But it was like the first time that I actually like took it in, and I
Right.
actually thought about it.
Because it was genuine coming from.
It was genuine.
coming from your uncle.
And a guy that I really have very little relation with.
Had no reason to lie, so, right?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it stuck with me, and I am grateful. And he knows it, and he actually seen me perform because he lives in Houston.
What'd he say?
Oh, he was like, I told you. He was like,
You know what that means, right? He says, I told you so. When you get paid, give me.
He don't need my money. No. No.
I don't care if you just buy me some shoes. I'll take it.
I'm good.
I
I'm
made
good.
him pay for the ticket.
You said I was funny, and I paid for it. You want to have a sponsor?
Yeah, I
Are you
heard
gonna
that,
support
right?
or are you gonna support?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's funny.
And that's an uncle. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Everybody must pay.
You hear that, family? For all y'all out there, like, hey, let me get a ticket. Let me get a free
No.
ticket. No. You
Everybody
pay.
must pay.
Everybody.
That's how you show support.
Yeah, for real.
Support is not a tap in the back.
Except
It's
for
like-
me. You better give me a comp, so I'll just...
Mike.
No, I paid.
Mike,
Shoot, I paid for my shows.
Mike.
Like Alex's show and stuff. Shoot, I paid for that, man. I
Me
paid-
too.
yeah, I'm saying.
Me too. There's been many times of the shows that you've been in, and
Oh,
I
yeah?
know I can
Oh,
get a
man.
comp, but I buy the ticket because I feel like it will be a very hypocritical
Yeah, good job.
thing for me to say like I support you, but then like show it for real.
Man, that was awesome. I did the Raw show, the Raw Artist show, man, and 25 people came and they all paid for tickets. It was like 25 bucks, right? Man, she was there. I was just, dude, it was a beautiful, like the stage was huge. It had bleachers and, dude, people were there. And
It was like
awesome.
almost like a stadium.
Yeah,
oh,
man.
Oh, what's the other word? What's the other one they got?
Auditorium.
Auditorium.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
So what was your first show? What was your first one you were on? Where was it at?
Like show,
Like a show,
or-
like
or-
legit. Like you were like, okay, no more. It's not an open mic. It's a straight show.
So my open mic, I did it in Puerto Rico. I am from Puerto Rico, by the way, and I was vacationing there. I decided to do the open mic with this huge artist, comedian from Puerto Rico, and a few months later, we were already friends. So he's finally comes to Texas. I've been trying to bring him to Texas. I actually produced his first show in Dallas, Hyenas in Dallas.
Yeah, I do remember
and that was my first time ever producing also a show. And so when he came over here, I'm producing the show, and then he clicked, hey, so if I'm producing the show, can I open for you? And I was actually talking to his manager. He's like, of course. And then like 10 minutes later, he calls me back. He's like, if you're going to open the one in Dallas, they were doing Austin, Killeen, Houston, San Antonio. And like, why don't you just open all of them and go on the tour with us?
Man,
So
that's
I
beautiful.
went from 5 minutes of an open mic to having to do 15 minutes of opening the show for this guy. And
That's beautiful.
And people don't understand.
That's
Tell them
beautiful.
that from 5 minutes
To
open
15.
mic to 15. Even though people are like,
it's
it's just
a
10
world
minutes.
of a difference.
Right? Yeah.
it is days of writing. It
Yep.
was for me.
Yeah.
And a lifetime of experience.
Because if you have 15 minutes of material, you got to have actually double that just in case that, something don't
Doesn't-
hit with
right,
the crowd.
right.
You come a different
Right.
angle.
And I was like amateur, what is it?
Mature?
Amateur.
Material?
No, amateur.
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 Oh, amateur.
Amateur. Like the only time I've only been on stage was those 5 minutes, and then to go and open for him, he's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like
Little intimidating.
all the shows were sold out. So it was
Beautiful.
crazy to me, and at the same time, there's a lot going on my mind because I don't want him to know that I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
But I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
it was like in my head, he already saw my 5 minutes that I did in the open mic. He actually never did. But in my head, it's like, I don't want to repeat that because he's already seen that. And in my head, it's like every time you go on the stage, it has to be fresh material,
Right.
which I learned
That
down
is
the
not
road
true.
that is not true
Yeah.
because the audience is not always the same.
Okay.
But it was very intense, guys. It was super intense because I'm dealing also with like I am a fan of him.
So they-
So it's kind of like your,
Being the
not role
winner.
model, but like a
Star
mentor.
Trek.
Yeah.
No, I'm like starstruck.
The
I'm
excitement.
intimidated by him. I'm going on tour with him.
He's killing it everywhere.
He's killing it, and at the same time, he has having interviews, and he's bringing me on to the interviews. There were so many things happening at the same time, and I just had to sit there and like, I've done this before. Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
that's how you-
of
yeah, that's
course,
how you-
like absolutely.
And that-
like
that-
the audio is too loud. Put
Yeah.
it down, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So but it was great. Like to me, it was like the best way for me to come into comedy.
I was gonna say
Right.
that explains a little bit of why you're so good because going to classes or whatever, yeah, you learn something, but it's being on stage. It's
That you learn
being
a
in
lot.
front that you really learn.
But then she had a way lot more experience than some of the other cats coming
Oh,
out.
yeah.
You know, like your experience coming out and rocking with the guy from Puerto Rico, and like that helped you to mold who you are today.
And you got to take for consideration that they're speaking a different language and they're
Right.
having to like do it in America or whatever.
Right.
Compared to being in Puerto Rico, that it's a little different.
but
Would
you
it be?
It was because then it is a Latin audience, Puerto Rican predominant, but there were Mexicans, there were Colombians, there were all these other Latin cultures there. So a lot of the material that in my head would work, it would be lost in all these other cultures. So I actually have to take that into consideration. I cannot go all Puerto Rican assuming that the audience, because
all
he's
Puerto
Puerto
Rican.
Rican, I had to make it neutral. And that's actually, man, sometimes there's like moments of brightness in your in your life.
Yes.
And that was because I even used that into my advantage. Like I talked about like my experience of like being from a Latin culture, not Puerto Rican, Latin culture, moving into Texas, Jihad town, and it
You thought there was horses and people just riding them everywhere?
I just wanted the cowboys with the like skinny, like the tight jeans and seeing the big package. That was what I was thinking.
So that's your envision. That's every.
Let people know what you thought about Texas when you got here. You got disappointed. What did you say?
Can I say it? Can I say it? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna try to do it as clean as I can. So when I heard that everything was bigger in Texas, I'm a plus size girl. I'm extra sexy. So I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna fit right in. And it's true. There's a lot of things that are bigger in Texas, except for like guys' penises.
So next question.
It's the same average size.
So out of all the shows you've done, what was your worst show that you can say, man, that one really, I didn't like it? You know, yeah, you gotta bring
good,
it up.
the bad,
I
and
know.
the ugly.
If you pushed it down, reach in, grab it back out, and talk about it.
Meatballs in San Antonio, bro.
Which
Meatballs in San Antonio.
Oh, for real, that was recent then.
Man,
Okay.
it was recent.
How'd that go?
It was I was headlining, and
I was there with you.
you were there.
That night was, but
Rough, bro, man.
can I say this?
Him being here makes it even worse.
Because
Me talking about this because then I have a witness.
It was just the simple fact that it's COVID, so everything is not the same, and I think that was the main thing that happened with it because it was the era is different right now. It's
No,
COVID and
I am
everything
going
else.
to be
But
very.
she did a very blaze up job. That's all I'm saying.
I am. Thank you. I am going to be very honest because it has to be. Liz Platt
Okay.
was there before me.
Okay. She stood on the stage before you? I mean, she performed before you? Okay.
She performed before me, and she knocked me out of my comfort zone.
Oh, man.
She was so good. I have never experienced anything like that.
That's awesome.
Liz, man.
That's good. Hey, Liz is a killer.
Yes.
Liz is out the chain, bro.
She is.
And I told
This ain't
her,
her show, though, so.
and I told her that night, and I told Diego, man, I've never experienced any. I went up to that stage already defeated. That was my problem.
Yeah,
she got in my head.
man.
She was so good.
Because I wasn't
she
there
got
to take that energy.
Exact.
I know. I told him about that.
Man.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
And it was what happened. But hey, lesson learned. I let it get too much in my head. And one thing that made it for me bad is because we talk about a lot of similar things. So
I just want to stop you on that part. But I heard when you coming out, you know, and you go on your showcase and everything else, and just like how you said, the energy that she gave off, it sucked away from you. And it's like, how do you tell another comic to, you know, to stay focused on theirs and still keep pushing and grinding, even when there is someone like that in front? And,
I don't know.
But you did good that night. I think you did excellent.
That's
in my
because
opinion.
that's because you.
He was drunk.
No, I was not yet. I didn't even get there, bro. I was just enjoying this. I be enjoying the night, bro. God,
With the
But
drink.
another thing that worked with my mind and playing on how bad that set was is we talk about a lot of the same situations, similarities in our comedy show. So I went there trying to immediately change my set and talk about other stuff so I wouldn't be talking about the same subjects.
that, yeah.
And it threw me out of my game. The audience too wasn't engaging. Oh man, and then every time I look at the audience, I would just see like these two huge eyes from Diego. Like I could see
He got
like
some big old
what
eyes.
is happening. Oh man, I got a drink.
Yeah, drink to that one. Good. Yeah, just
Salute.
like
So
that.
yeah, that's the worst.
Oh man, well I'm glad to hear that actually. I mean, because not just to see that you messed up, because I know personally how much of a killer you are, and to know
Yes.
that
Thank you.
it comes to
Yes.
anybody. Like if you can have a bad set, and it gets you get in. I'm the worst one. I get in my head all the time, and you know to know that you're not the only one. That's why we do this thing so people can see that dude, she's a killer. Okay, I swear she is. I'm not lying just because she's my sister. Not blood, but we brother and sister. And
bro, when she did about the package thing about Texas, bro, I cried.
Yeah,
when I first heard
that's
it, I think it's Open Mike. I first heard you. I was like, I was speechless. I was just
like I'm not gonna say what it is, but because you got to come see her perform.
Yes,
but
you have to.
but
Yes,
her,
yes,
but
yes,
her
yes.
closer, Jesus.
I know.
Oh, my
right?
God. Y'all gotta see
Man.
that.
Okay, if we could like talk about that for like
No,
really
no, they
quick?
gotta come see you.
Really quick.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Okay,
gonna. I'm not
okay.
gonna say it. But it has been very hard because that was my closer on my open mic, the first time.
That's funny.
And it has been the closer ever since. And I have tried to challenge myself, like, Mysia, you gotta get a new one. You
Yeah.
gotta switch it up. But it's just so good.
It is good. I love
it's
it.
so good. And I don't know how to. I don't know how to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, but
We can talk about that.
So,
like,
time. Okay,
So I
okay.
know Liz is, you know, you like Liz and she's a killer too. But who is your like dead, alive, present, not? Who's your favorite comedian? Like, what would you say like motivates you? Who's your favorite?
your inspiration.
Man, okay, there are many, and the one name I'm gonna say, you guys won't know him, but his name is Luis Raúl, and he passed away, but he's from
R.I.P.
Puerto Rico, and he was, I don't remember growing up and knowing about stand-up comedy in Puerto Rico, like Puerto Rican stand-up comedians. I never knew, but I did grow up watching Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams,
Right,
Richard
right.
Pryor, Bernie Mac.
Oh man,
Bernie Mac.
Did you hear me when I told him he couldn't come downstairs?
I ain't scared of you. La 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 la. Like, you know. Yes, but
No, you can't have no damn milk and cookies.
him downstairs.
She was, I know what she was looking at. Said, bust a move.
I miss him. I miss
Yeah,
him. I miss
man.
him.
Very much
But
missed.
yes, yeah.
But I said your favorite. You're going on with like 20.
What she
Bernie
said,
Mac.
she didn't.
No, I know. Hey,
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let's go. I apologize.
Okay,
I
okay,
apologize.
where so okay, we know Meatballs was your worst. Now where's your favorite place to perform so far? What was your favorite venue?
I think it was Santa Cruz Theater in Austin not too long ago with Josh. I had never had this feeling before. I did not want to get out of that stage.
Was it like the venue, the owners, the work, everything? Yeah, you got
The
an
audience, the
audience.
energy that
the
you fed off
energy,
of.
the set, the environment, because it's a theater and it was very intimate.
Yeah.
So it's like the audience had no option
Was this before COVID or after?
during
During
like this.
COVID.
This was
Yeah.
like maybe
You said
a
a
month
couple
and a
weeks ago?
half,
Yeah.
a month and a
okay,
half
okay.
ago, something like that.
I mean, we're all during right now, but I'm in
Yeah.
lockdown. I'm in lockdown.
Oh, we
Before, so after lockdown. Okay.
Yeah, after lockdown.
yeah, it was
Post-COVID.
it was after lockdown. It was November, I think it was.
Okay.
And it was great, and I felt it. I felt you guys know, when there's that electricity between your jokes and the laugh from the
And
audience.
the crowd, and they feeding off of you,
Man,
you feeding off of
and
them.
when they gave me that light in my head, I was like, no. And I think I went over like 1 or 2 minutes.
Oh, I believe that.
Because
it feels good.
and
That's almost like it's better than I'm not gonna say, but it feels good.
it feels really
it
good.
It feels good to have that rush.
Because it's better than looking at the audience and they're like, damn, can
Right.
we get off the stage already?
Right.
I mean, I've never gotten that, but
or
I
like where
have.
you're knowing that if it's 10 or 15 minutes and you know you're about to finish, but because of that energy, something happens and you can build out of the audience. So there's magic happening as it's going, and you don't want to. You don't want to stop
You don't
because
wanna stop.
it's a beautiful thing to me, that exchange between the jokes and people's laughter. That's amazing. That's great.
And see, that's the part that I love about it too. Like you said, sometimes you be like, oh, you don't want to get off stage because you feel everything, and any little thing that crowd does, you're like, oh, okay, I got you, and you'll feed off, and they be like, hot dog, and you'll hit them right back with it,
Yeah,
and they just like,
yeah.
oh, that is beautiful, it's beautiful, and they enjoy it. So I understand what you're saying.
you
Yeah.
got
Yes.
to play everything off, right? Just like they don't know what just happened right
They
now
don't.
in the studio,
They don't
but
know
we got to
nothing.
like not pay attention to and look at each
And-
other while I'm smiling, right? Just
Right.
like sitting on the audience, yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like, to me, I say something and I see like a audience, like a couple or like two friends or whatever, go like this and start talking to each other, and I'm like, I want to know. I
Yeah.
want to know what this
Was
is.
it good or bad?
Did
Yeah.
they relate to it? Like, it's just a lot of things.
A lot of
It's-
things
it's
go through your
beautiful.
mind.
Yes.
And, I mean, and see, it was and I know when Dave Chappelle said, he said, sometimes I'm looking at y'all looking at me, but the only thing I see is
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
So
you
it's-
only see
it's
like the first two rows.
Right, and,
Yeah.
and that's it. But that first two rows, when they're doing that, and they hear that first joke, and you get it, you be like,
Yeah.
I got you. Y'all are feeling it, and that is infectious, and they go all the way
Yes,
back.
it does. Laughter's contagious. So are diseases, though. So.
You know what I'm
me,
saying? A lot of diseases.
I don't know if the audience understands this, but that first laugh, when you get up there, that first laugh, it's what actually gets you motivated to go through your set. And in my head, the moment I hear that crowd laughing,
Boom, turn on.
in my head, it's like, you guys belong to me. You're in my pocket. It's
I
my
got you.
moment
Let's do
now.
this.
I own you
Got
right
you
now. I own you.
I got you. And
Yeah.
everything that I'm saying, you're going to like this.
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to give up the ghost, bro. You have to give it up now.
So what do you think? They said, how'd you get the name, the Latin Queen of Comedy? But I think it's the Queen of Killeen.
Oh, I hate that name.
That's the Queen of Killeen is what it is.
the
Yeah.
Queen of Killeen?
She
Yeah,
is.
but
She
I
is
don't
now
like,
the Queen of Killeen.
I understand the name, but I really like it.
But
This is-
it'll have your tag now, so now everybody's gonna know that. That's kind of a good thing, though.
man, it's just okay. So I have a really big problem with the word queen.
Oh, okay.
And let me tell you something.
Is it the pressure of the word queen?
The black guys love
Oh.
using that, like, I'm gonna be your king, you're gonna be my queen. To me, it's like, I'm my boss.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm a king
queen.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it,
exactly.
yeah.
And then like queen, like, do you
know what-
picture me wearing a tiara, a crown?
Hell no.
Exactly.
It's maybe in your
It's-
finger twirling
okay.
around or something.
Okay, let's get the queen and king. Let's get that.
Please,
the queen's
please.
position-
But no. If you're looking, it's not of the old queen and king. It's not that. It's just you're his queen, so you represent him to the fullest. So if I'm together and we're together, you're gonna always represent the highness of each other.
Yeah, but
I
you
get-
know what
I
a
get
queen
that.
used to show up, and she didn't
but
do nothing.
That was
I-
that queen, but this is a new era queen.
No queen has ever done
That's what-
nothing.
you know what I'm
It's a
saying?
title that you inherit.
exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm
So-
saying.
so-
So it's
So that's why, and I know this is not like the most popular opinion about
It's your opinion.
the
It's your
title
time.
No, it is.
of
Time.
being queen, but I really dislike it because to me it's not that prestigious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
I
think so
haven't.
either.
I have queens didn't work for
Their
their
name.
throne
Yeah.
and all
Man,
that.
that's awesome,
So
yeah.
for me, I would respect and admire and take it more into heart if you call me you're the boss
Yeah.
than calling me the queen.
Yeah. You're right.
Well,
It-
You're right, boss.
that's what I'm saying.
Hey, may I go to the next question, boss? So, now, how hard do you think it's harder being a female into getting into comedy, or you see what is there struggles? Like, what is the difference do you see from males, females, and you getting into comedy? Being a female, you, not just you.
I being straight up honest, to me has been easy.
Okay.
And I feel because my personality is very different than most girls. I am like
Oh.
one of the other boys.
Facts.
So yeah,
Facts.
it makes it easier for me, especially when other male producers see my set.
Respect it as a just entertainer, not because you're a female.
Not
Right.
because
Not
I'm
like,
a female.
oh, maybe she'll get sex.
And the
you know,
material
some
is
people-
awesome.
Yeah.
And I talk about my life as me being Mysia, not as me being a female.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's why. Yeah.
to me, has kind of like been easier in that way, but at the same time, I have encountered situations where I see the brainstorming in guys that are putting shows together, and they're talking
I've
and
seen
they're
it too.
throwing
Yeah.
and they're throwing names, and they never throw my name in there because they automatically go to the boys.
Yeah.
They automatically go to the guys.
We've always thrown you in though. So
No,
yeah,
yes,
I know.
yes,
I know
yes,
I am.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So in that sense, yes, because why do you have to think about a girl coming to the show to have variety? It should be a translucent situation.
Their priorities are wrong.
It should not be because she's a female, let's bring her to change things up. No, let's bring her in because she's funny
She's a
and we want to
killer.
make
Yeah,
people laugh.
yeah.
So in that sense, yes.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
It's been an issue.
And that's facts, man. Because I've seen you on other shows. I've seen you on our show, and ain't shit changed. You know what I mean? You're still the same person. You rock it
On stage and outside the stage.
and especially
Yeah.
off stage, man.
Off
you know,
stage, I was
when,
like-
when you know her personally, man, the energy is beautiful, man.
And
you
it's-
know, it's just
it's
a
the
beautiful
same.
aura.
It doesn't change.
all the
It's-
time. And you know, we call each other brother and sister because I mean the energy's real there.
From
you know,
the beginning.
Yeah,
To
I
me,
seen that.
To me, it's really crazy because it's so special.
I know.
It's so unique. That night, I met you, Diego, and Panda. And, well, Panda...
The original Vatos Chistosos.
The original Vatos Chistosos. Panda is not a big drinker, but we are.
Yeah.
And the three of us click immediately. It was 30 minutes into a conversation, and it felt like we knew each other forever.
And that was at the Spanish thing.
Yes, as the
which
Spanish
one?
mic.
At the Spanish mic, Monkey's
Monkey,
mic he used to have
Roberto
on
Silva.
Thursdays.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And
The
we,
only Spanish mic in Texas, I think.
at that time. At
Was
that
it here in
time.
Dallas?
They got more,
At
yeah.
that
Was it
time.
here in Dallas?
Hello,
or
my
was
name
it
is
in
Mysia. How are you doing?
Oh, okay. It's in Dallas. I'm in Arlington.
And we've even done a Spanish show together. And I don't speak Spanish, man. And it was more of a broken Spanglish. And they made me do it. But luckily, because Mysia was there, you know, she took that bad negative energy out of me.
said,
That
Run
was
with
a,
it.
that was a
Run
very
with it.
special moment.
Yeah, it
Mike.
was. It was awesome.
That's one of the moments in you and my history
Yeah.
that years from here.
Oh, I'm
we
always
will
going-
always go back to that moment, and a lot of people will not understand this, but we know.
Yeah,
we
it
know.
was
And
crazy.
you know the crazy thing about it, when you have somebody like that, like how you said, sometimes you get in your own head, and you're like, man, get out of that, and they give you that. And it's like,
That's what happened.
it releases
And
all of
he
that.
killed.
And once that happens, it's like, get ready for a show, baby.
yeah.
Get your
And he
popcorn
killed.
and
But
drinks.
another thing that I think that it made that set of yours so good, you went there with the mindset, I'm gonna have fun,
Yeah.
and you did,
Yeah.
and the people felt it.
They did.
The people felt it, and
Thank
they
you.
went with
that
it.
was a lot of
That's-
thanks to her too.
Yeah,
though,
I
but-
know. That's what I'm saying. So, like I said, when you have somebody that's with you, that's like, come on, bro, I got you.
Yeah.
And when you have
So-
somebody, oh
Yeah.
man, yeah.
So what would you
Yeah.
what kind of advice would you give to a newcomer, even the ones that are here? Because just because you've been doing it for a while don't mean you know everything. So what kind of advice would you give to someone about just doing stand up?
The first thing that you have to do is that you have to decide why are you doing comedy. That's the first thing. Comedy is not about being famous, making money. I feel like comedy is an exchange of emotions that nobody else can do.
Yeah.
When I go into that stage, it's kind of like a very selfish thing because the audience laughing cleans me.
Yeah.
Like whatever problem I'm having that week, that day, whatever issue is going on, in that moment that I'm on that stage and I'm making you laugh, I'm making you forget about your issues. You're forgetting about like, I don't have the money for this, I got cheated on, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, my kids, blah, blah, blah. In that moment that you're laughing, you forgot about that.
Yep.
And the
Yes,
moment
facts.
that I hear you laughing, I forgot about all my bullshit.
And now y'all are in tune together.
And
the
it's
energy.
in tune. And,
Right.
and if you don't understand how powerful that gift is, then you're not doing comedy for the right reason.
Man, I always post, laughter is food for the soul. Let's get full. And that's facts. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
It's
saying?
it's
Yeah.
That is.
and there's, man, I get mad about comedians that get discouraged because the show didn't get sold out because there was only 5 people or what they're
Yeah.
what they're
Right.
I've been there
right.
too, yeah.
Right.
If you can make one person's day better, that's all you need. That
Like-
is all you need.
You like you said, the worst one you said was in San Antonio at Meatballs,
And you let it go though.
and you let it go.
That's awesome. 'Cause
And
I
it
would
was,
have.
but it was like I said, in my opinion, it was beautiful. I loved it, and I laughed in the back. Like how you said, we didn't. You already know how many people that was there, but you did yours, and you went on. I was like, she's killer.
Yeah. Oh, she's a killer.
She's killer, bro.
That was
Well,
rough, guys. That,
Man,
that was really
I'm
rough.
telling you, it was beautiful. That's all I want to say.
Before we, and you know, we asked you, what was your one thing you could talk and say or advice you could give to a comic, right? But give me one do and don't that you would also add to that if they're on stage, what they need to do, even off stage maybe, with do and a don't for a comic.
I love this. Thank you for asking me that question. I am so ready. I'm going to go with the do first.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the do first. Acknowledge the audience.
Right.
Yes.
They are the reason why you actually have a mic to be performing at.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
the audience loves being a part of it. The
Yes,
audience
they
love these people. Some of them got babysitters. Maybe some of them took the day off work.
Some of the kids waiting in the car.
Too. They took, they're getting dressed. They're getting ready. They're paying a ticket. They deserve
Attention.
attention.
Or to be acknowledged.
To be acknowledged.
Yes, that's why crowd work.
Thank them for being there. Like, acknowledge. Acknowledge the audience. That's my do. Thank the promoter. Thank the staff.
The wait staff, especially.
Yes.
They're the ones getting you drunk.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially because some of us just show up and it's ready. Someone else had to go through a lot of trouble
Yes.
for
To
us
put-
to have a
to
show.
put everything together.
So do that. My don'ts. My
Uh-oh,
don'ts.
uh-oh.
You should have done
My
a
don'ts.
beat drum. Come on.
Mira, my don'ts. This is
Don't.
such a big thing for me. On an open mic, if you go up to the stage and you have notes and you're looking at your cell phone,
man.
yes, it's an open mic. You're trying new stuff. If it's a show and you're pulling out your notebook and your cell phone to look at jokes, you are disrespecting me as an audience.
Yes.
I got ready for you. Why are you not ready for me?
Yep.
Oh, that
Facts.
that to me is like, seriously, if I am ever producing a show and one comedian goes there and starts looking at notes or their cell phone, better believe.
Okay.
And that's like-
best
I got-
believe
but-
you will never get booked with me again.
Okay, got a question for you on that one. When do you stop using your notes when you're, when you're doing the, like you said, because
As soon as you leave the open mic.
If you're on the
Okay.
show, yeah.
Right.
If you're
No,
on a set.
no, I'm
like-
just saying because you got some people
in
that don't
open
know how to-
mics. In open mics, you can mess up as much as you want.
Right.
Because
Well,
open mic is like your practice.
Yep.
That's what an open mic is. If I tell you that we're going to be on a show and you've known for days,
Weeks,
rehearse.
months, yeah.
Right, rehearse. And even if you get up there and you forgot what you're trying to say,
Right.
wing it.
Yeah.
That's your job. You're
Yeah.
a comedian. You're a performer. Wing it.
Right.
Make crowd work and never say, oh, I forgot my line. I know this was just one don't, but I'm
Yes.
gonna get
Right.
going. Like never say,
did say
I
one.
forgot my line, and don't ask how much time do I got left. That is so
Yeah.
unprofessional.
Right.
It's so unprofessional.
Okay.
How much time do I got left? Wing it. And if you don't know how much time you have left, and you know you have nothing else
Close
in
it.
you, close it.
Yep.
Right.
That's why there's
Okay.
a host. That's their
Now.
job. Woo.
Yeah, look, that shit. We need some air conditioning
Right,
in
you know
here
what I'm saying?
'cause
It
she
just-
is hot. in the
That's
bottom.
right, and I just one more. So it's going back to the same question with the first don't. Okay, like I said, when did you find out that you weren't gonna use your?
When she
I
when she
never
left the
went.
mic.
So you never did it. Okay.
I've never went up there.
No, but no reason I'm saying. Like you said,
But-
open mic is for practice, and people have theirs
And
up
the-
there.
and the
Yes.
paper.
Right.
And
So
but
the
then
question is, when do you actually leave that alone, even when you go on the open mics?
No, open mics is what it's built
No,
for.
no, no, no.
Okay.
For new
On-
jokes.
on- in
Okay.
in open mics, you should go there with that list
Yes.
because
Okay.
you're like checking off this one worked, this one didn't, this
Right.
one worked, this one needs improvement.
Halfway.
That's an open
Okay.
mic is like a workshop.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's definitely what it is.
That's
yeah.
like baseball players. They have practice. Football players. Players.
Prayers.
Blah, 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 blah.
know
Pray
what she's
for you
saying,
to
don't
do a
laugh.
good job. They get practice. It's team practice. As a comedian, the open mic is your practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
asking.
that's
Question. You know, somebody might want to figure out like, okay, well, if I'm trying to get in, when do I need to leave my notes at home? Do I need to leave them at home when I'm doing my open mic?
'Cause I've
or
even
trying to
seen-
do an open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've even seen professionals, man, take their list and put it on the little stool with the
Right.
water, whatever they have right there, and pretend like they can drink water, but they're looking at the lid and they're
Right.
going like, man, y'all just,
Okay, so I feel like for everybody is different,
Yes.
right? Everybody is different.
not everybody's brain's the same. You know what I mean?
Don't bring your set. Don't bring your notebook with your whole set there. If you're that type of person that need something to give you like a cue or whatever, have it prepared. Have your bullet points. Put it on the floor,
Okay.
on the stage.
Okay.
So you're
On-
saying it is okay?
if you have to, like
Okay, yeah.
if that's the
Like
the
if
type
your
of
brain doesn't hold up
It-
information or
Right.
something. Yeah.
just have your bullet points there, but when you're on the stage, I don't want to see you going
Yes.
to
Going
something.
straight to
Because some
it.
people play it off. They grab they have it right there on the stool,
Yeah.
and then they go to drink their
But
water.
you saw the
whatever.
paper
Yeah.
because when they walk up
Yep.
there, and if this is something that you do it before the show starts. You tape that stuff to the floor.
Right.
You know it's there. You tell your other comedians, "Hey, this is
Watch
what I'm
out.
doing," and blah blah. Leave that paper alone, because when you're up there and the audience is looking at you, and you look, I know, like you're not supposed to look down, but when you look down, you're looking at those bullet points, and it doesn't. It doesn't
Distract. It doesn't take away.
Affect
it
your
doesn't give
performance.
away
Yeah.
it doesn't give away that you actually having to go back to your notes, because at the end of the day, to me, you should be prepared.
Right.
You
Facts.
have to
Right.
be prepared.
Yeah.
It's like a job interview. You have to be prepared. That's it. You have to be prepared. I'm sorry.
So you do open mics. I mean, of course, that's how you get better. So like, which ones, like locally or not locally, which ones have you done, and which ones do you like? I mean, you know, I'm not trying to say favoritize anybody, but you know, from their staff, from the energy, from the people, you know, because it does make a difference when it's just all comics there, and you get like them pity laughs, or you know,
Right.
like, oh, you know, to have an audience there and them telling you the truth, right? Like, which places do you like the most? Or first, which mics have you done?
I've done like hyenas. For the first time I did Dusty's last night. I've done the Lucky Dog in Austin, and I have to say, I think like my favorite one so far was the one at the Lakeview by the Peppermint.
Oh, Pepper
And-
Smash
and the
Yes,
colony.
That was
In the
awesome.
colony.
In
That
the
one was
colony.
nice.
And my reason for liking that one versus all the other ones is because it was a real audience.
And outside.
It was a real audience. It's not just comedians waiting to go on
Yep.
the stage.
Yep.
And a lot of comedians go do their set and then they leave, and you see that crowd getting smaller and smaller. And I get it. You want to hit other mics, but I like that one because there was a real audience.
Yeah.
Real
Right.
people.
Real people.
People, yeah.
And every time I've taken you to a mic, I've taken you to a couple new
Which
first
ones?
times, like one Nostalgia recently, remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And
no,
every
no,
time
but
I
not
take
recently,
you,
but like even
Well,
before
I mean,
that.
Yeah, but every mic I've taken you to, I'm like, dude, trust me, she's a killer, and you kill that. I can't use that word, that stage, and they're like, dude, I was like, yeah, I told you, bro, she's
Man,
a killer.
thank
What'd you
you.
think?
Thank you,
man?
brother. Thank you,
Dude,
thank
she
you.
does.
But-
I don't know why I'm getting goosebumps.
But I already, when I first met her at Tapping on the Square in Garland, when I first met her there,
yes.
I said, oh,
That's another good one because
Yeah.
it's real audience
right.
too. Yeah.
But when I met her there, I felt the energy. I said, oh, I'm staying for this one.
Yeah.
Like, I have to see what's going on
Yeah,
because I
that's
could
good.
feel it. You know, certain people you can feel like, oh, I don't know.
And there are
but-
open mics that are great one night, and then the next week they're
Yeah.
not really that great. So it will be a little bit unfair to say like
Which
this
mic
is
is
the
better?
best,
Oh,
and
yeah.
because like a show, it has to do with the audience, your energy, the weather,
Exactly.
even.
Yes,
Right,
exactly.
right.
Definitely. Because people get scared here in Dallas, you know what I mean? They do. They're like, oh, it's raining. Let me go 5 miles an hour with my blinkers on. Jesus. Like, we got comedians.
No, we're not going.
Now that we've talked about all them other mics, your mic's the best.
Ah,
I haven't been there.
It is.
The boss of Killeen, okay?
The boss of Killeen.
The boss of Killeen.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get it
thank you,
embedded.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
put that in, plug it, man. How does that go? You know, let us know.
It has taken me by surprise, to be very honest. I was determined that this is what I wanted to do. I went there and I did it, and ever since we started every Thursday at Social Coffee Bar in Killeen. It's far, but it's worth it. The ambience. It's I don't know what to tell you because, man, it's something that you have to experience. Again, like we were going earlier, it's just this vibe. It's a real audience, and the difference on that mic that I would say it's makes it apart from the other ones. It's not dark.
It's lit.
It's lit. You see everything, and you have to fight with like this the side conversations, the orders coming in and out, but at the same time it feels so homey. So it's not intimidating, but it's a great lesson.
Yes.
It puts you in a very unique spot.
Because if you can handle that, when the people are quiet, then it's nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fact, because sometimes I take advantage that I cannot see the audience. I take advantage that that light is in your face and you maybe see the first 2 rows and you don't see the rest. But here you see everyone. And it's a good practice because it's not only putting your comedy on the spot, what we were saying earlier, your stage presence. You have to own that moment. You have to own that space. It is your job to make sure that everybody is paying attention to you because you have the mic at that moment.
That's kind of number one key, though, as a comedian. Grab their attention. You need to be, as soon as I get on stage, I'm assertive. Grab their attention. Say, hey, I'm up here. Listen.
But it's a slap in the face because when you don't see the audience, you just hear the silence and you just keep going, or you focus on the persons that you can see and you saw them smiling. But when you're up there and you see the whole room and you see everybody's expression, it's like you have to up it up even more because if they're not laughing, that's your job.
Yeah.
That's your job.
Is it a family-friendly place? Like, do the youngsters go? Do kids show up there too, or is it just an adult?
It is a family-friendly.
Because that's a difference too.
It is a family-friendly place, but we start at 8:00 on a Thursday night. Kids should be already getting ready to go to bed. So even though it's a family place, it's not a clean mic.
Got a question.
It's not a. If I'm running it, it's not gonna be clean.
Got a question on that mic. How many comics y'all have a night, and how many minutes do you give them?
Okay, the first night, this was crazy because I had 24 comedians showing up.
Dang.
And it's always been the lowest I've ever had was this past Thursday, and it was 13 comedians.
That's still a lot.
And that is the least amount of comedians. So depending on that, I give them 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes. If there's less comedians, then I might give you 7. I might give you 10. Especially like the people that I know that are driving from Dallas to Killeen, it's a 2-hour drive.
Yes.
I understand that if you're coming and I know, I'm going to give you the 10 minutes. Yeah. Or because what else can I do? It's an open mic and I cannot pay you for it and all this, but I can give you stage time. Yeah. And I want your drive to be worth it.
Right.
So I take all that into consideration, and then there's other ones. Another good thing I love about this mic, and I'm sorry that I'm blabbering on.
No, that's what the whole point.
It makes me feel very good about this because there's been 4 comedians that did their first open mic ever in that stage, and they have kept coming.
That's awesome.
Right.
That's why you're the boss of Killeen, yo.
Dang, did you steal that from me? I was thinking the same thing, boss.
We think the same,
That's
man.
what it was. I was thinking that he beat me to it.
They have kept coming, and to me, that is amazing. And for me, for them to have started in that mic, I can only foresee great things for them.
Right.
They haven't performed in other stage yet.
But that mic, they're at home and they feel comfortable.
Yes, and I can see the progress.
And she's loving, so
I can see
the energy.
Yeah, I can see the progress. But it's man, again, it goes back to the energy. It's like I do this because I love it. So if Mike goes on stage and he has a great set, I had a great set.
Right.
I had a great set. And then if I see him slacking on something, and I know, because another thing, don't just criticize for criticizing. If you're gonna criticize, give me something for me to work on. It is up to me whether I'm going to take your advice or not. But at least you gave me an option.
You gave me something.
Truthful and truthful.
Right, just not hateful.
So if when I see in comedians, and I saw like there was a little bit of a struggle, and after the mic I go up to them, it's like, hey, maybe you can do this. And it took me a long time to feel comfortable with that, because I felt like it was kind of like arrogant for me to tell someone how to improve it. But then the next week they came and they took my advice, and I saw that it developed. It's not only you are growing, I'm growing with you.
Right. Because I was just going to ask you the same question. When you give that criticism, how do that other comic receive that criticism?
A lot of people don't take it very well. His name is Mike Maxer.
Right. I was just saying, so it's like, how did they, accept the criticism without being butthurt?
Sometimes it's hard, man, because I know my boy Diego can't.
If you're in comedy, you have to have a strong skin.
You have to, especially if you want to be a roaster. And a lot of times right now, the roasters are coming out. So boy, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's
If you're gonna get hurt, then this is not the thing for you.
Not the
Right.
thing for you,
But
and
people
don't
ask-
come around me.
They said, Rich, you gonna go roast? I said, no, bro. I said, you have to be on the. You have to be on.
It's
level.
another level.
It
is another level.
Another beast.
If you can look at somebody and say, oh, I'm finna,
Yeah,
and then
I'm
you
finna
go
light
with,
him
I'm
up.
finna light his ass. I'm finna kill him.
Yeah, and then do it,
And
but
do
nice. You know, because you can roast people and be mean. And
Yeah,
be
you
malicious. Like I'm vicious, but I'm not malicious.
Oh my God,
know,
you
right?
are so malicious.
No, I'm not malicious.
You-
Just
you-
all
only
depends-
to Diego.
No, that's
Only
all,
to
I was
Diego.
just gonna say, it all depends on who it
maybe-
is.
maybe
It
that's
all
true,
depends
maybe
on who it
that's
is.
true.
That's what I think.
But I love him though. I say it with
Because
my.
you know who can take it and who cannot.
Yes,
Some
and,
of them,
and
yes.
it's like you have to be really ready for that, man. If you're not ready, don't mess with it.
And the
That's
thing
all
about
I'm saying.
roasting, like I don't even dare. I don't even dare. We roast when we're like
Just us,
on our own. But getting on that mic, I don't, because I know me, and you might say something and I want to get defensive.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Right.
moment you get
And she
defensive, you
does.
lost.
And you lost.
does.
You
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah,
That's
you lost.
see, that is fact.
And
I
that's-
tell them.
and that's so. If you're not ready, don't even do
Don't
it.
do it.
The
Well, I mean,
moment-
I mean, you
mess
could
with
try.
it.
The
Yeah, but
moment
the
that
thing
you
of the
get
matter is, if
defensive,
you
the
do
other guy
try-
won.
Yeah.
He got you.
That's it.
Yeah,
he
that's
got
what I'm
you.
saying. So-
That's why I always win with Diego.
Diego just like this.
Yeah. He loses
Oh,
like
man.
3 strands of
He was
hair.
like-
That's what
He
I'm
was like,
saying. Right, and it was just because
So-
that time we was in San Antonio. I don't mean to cut you out, but the time we was in San Antonio at Roxy's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if did you come out there that night? It was Friday night. We went to Meatballs. And then
I
after
did,
that,
I
we
did.
went to Roxy's after that.
Uh-huh.
And it was some dudes from West Texas, right?
Yes,
the Bro.
Sarah Garza.
Oh, okay.
Sarah
Oh,
Garza.
you talking about Laredo's not funny?
Laredo, yeah, them
We're gonna
cats.
battle them, by the
I
way.
know,
Bro,
I'm so
they-
excited for that.
Cause Diego went up, he did his thing. He talked about the old dude from Laredo, and he,
Fred.
yeah, man, he went on there. Diego, I was like, oh man, Panda's like, I got him.
Yeah,
Panda went up there, I was like,
yeah. And they're big guys. They should have just
bro,
hugged.
but they crushed each other, bro. I was
know.
like, man,
That was really good. That was
So-
really good.
All right, let's not talk about Laredo's not funny because they are not on the show, and I'm about to roast them bad. That dude drives a Mustang. Like, never mind, I ain't gonna get like. How you get in there, bro? He did take the
You
front
said we
seat
were not
out.
gonna
I
talk
thought we
about
I
said
know, I'm sorry.
Well,
Well, you-
next, come on,
All right,
next
man.
one.
Well, next question is
Move on,
Fred.
move on.
What shows you got coming up right now? What you got going on?
So very excited.
So excited.
So excited. Oh my God, so excited. So last week I actually became part of Vato Chistoso. That happens
Radio.
Vato Chistoso Radio.
Congratulations.
And thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you,
congratulations.
thank you.
She's awesome too, by the way.
I am. So that happens every Wednesday through Party 105. It's really good. It's a lot of fun. I have a show coming up this Friday, January 22nd, is Chica Chistosa Volume 1. And this is very exciting because this is like a variation. Is it?
yeah. Like a
spin-off.
branch, like a branch.
Like a spin-off of Vato Chistoso. And it's all girls. It's going to be all ladies on the stage.
It's
The
gonna be awesome.
host is a girl. And something really amazing to me is that, so Vato Chistoso is presenting Chica Chistosa. And Diego, one of the Vato Chistoso, his daughter, Metzli, 8 years old, she's going to be doing her debut
Dude, that's crazy.
in
That's
Hyenas
awesome.
Fort Worth. 8 years old.
8 years old.
That's gonna be
Man.
nice.
But I mean, look at her dad though. You know,
Oh my
it
God.
goes in the bloodline. So
Right.
Once she gets old enough to be able to roast her dad, I cannot wait.
I want to
Oh,
see that so
God.
bad.
my son's gonna be on. He's a roaster. He's 10. So
Man.
yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
So that's very exciting. That's happening this Friday, January 22nd, Hyenas Fort Worth, Chica Chistosa. Check it out.
Yes.
After that, and there's gonna be killer ladies in this show.
Yeah,
Clarissa,
they can see the-
Clarissa, Liz Platt, Tasha D, Sarah Garza, Emily Castrejon from Austin. She's gonna be the host, and then Metzli Morales. Man, I'm so
Irma
excited.
Ruiz.
Irma Ruiz,
Miss
she's
Godmother of San Antonio.
Man, she's closing.
Give a
She's,
shout out. That's
Yeah,
her
man.
right there.
Yes. But then January 29, I am going to be in Liberty Hill in San Gabriel Brewery. It's really awesome. It's really nice. Yes.
Who's gonna be there?
Josh Castro.
Okay.
He's producing. I don't know the rest of the comedians because if I'm there, like, well. No, and then January 30th. I'm so excited.
What about that one?
January 30th, I go on the road. It's going to be an awesome show at the Desert Flower in Big Spring, Texas.
Congratulations, baby.
Yes, but that means it's going to be Diego Morales and Mike.
Mike. Hey,
Mike.
And we've been on the road before. We've been
Us
to New
again
Mexico.
on the road.
Going back on the
and
road.
we haven't
so.
performed together in a
while.
minute.
Well,
so.
no, I mean New Year's. We did a New Year's show.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah,
like,
I get
you
what
know,
you're saying. Now it's intimate because it's just us again.
Man,
Right,
so
right.
I'm super excited. So if you're like in those parts of Texas or you want to go on a road trip, hey,
Big Springs is where?
far away.
Texas, that's
But
all I know.
far away.
Is 45 South or is it?
Texas. That's all I can tell you.
Man, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even know where
I'm
I'm going.
geographically
I just
challenged.
Go. I just go.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that. And then
have to know these
again,
things.
my open mic every Thursday. I also have a podcast called To Junto. It's gonna get pick up back in January. So pay attention.
Yeah, man. That's you know, yeah, man. You got a lot of stuff going. That's awesome. You know, you got to stay busy, right? I mean, you got to stay in tune in every aspect and every angle of comedy.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have to, but it's good to. You know what I mean? Radio shows, podcasts, continuously watching comedy, being at mics. Like, dude, my life is comedy. Like, my life is a joke. Just saying.
We know. We
Just
know.
saying, just a joke.
We
No.
know this.
Take a drink on that one.
And I want to piggyback on that because a lot of comedians don't understand and they get frustrated. Why am I not getting booked on shows? Well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like showing up to an open mic every once in a while is not enough.
Nope.
You have to prove yourself. You have to
Okay.
reach out to other people. You have to do things like this. You have to talk to
West
other
Texas.
comedians.
And even after, like, this is the after show, right? After show, we're talking about it. But after a show, the camaraderie, the hanging out, the people, like, they do a show and then they leave, right? And then they're like, okay. But when you stay with the other comics and y'all just chop it up and talk about, and then you talk about everything you've done and just life, even period,
Right.
whole nother level, man. Whole nother level.
It changed the aspect of it.
No,
does.
and it gives you another perspective.
Yeah.
And then like just like how I felt about that show, the horrible show, and then how I see and maybe the advice that he's gonna give me, and maybe he's gonna say something to me that I missed. Like I was sitting by that table and they said this and that, and it's just like a feedback that you have to, man. It's networking.
Network is key.
Key.
I tell you that to everybody.
And it's something so simple, and
Just saying
a lot
hi.
of people miss it, and like shame on you, man. Shame on you.
I don't feel
because-
sorry for you and not shame on you. Bye. Okay, so now what are you? You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind
then-
of what you get from people.
And then
Right.
that's when we start talking like, hey, I have a podcast. Well, I have a podcast too. Come over to my podcast, and people get to start knowing your name.
the inner part of you too. You know what I mean? Like, people see me and yeah, I'm a little aggressive sometimes, but I mean, you know, when you
Sometimes.
know me, like, it's different, right? Like you're just high energy, and well, I was gonna say no, you're always high energy, so I'm gonna take that back. no, but yeah. So we got on your mics and you told us, you know, your opinions on stuff, which is very, very good information because not everybody understands. They really don't, and you're right about that. I don't know what that is right here, but
You have to respect what you're doing. When you get up on that mic, you have to respect it.
and you have to demand attention. You have to give attention. It goes back and
Confidence.
forth. It goes back and forth. Confidence is key also.
Confidence,
you know?
man. 'Cause,
Yeah,
you know, sometimes some people, they get up there, they don't demand the confidence, and I'm one of them at times. You know, I'm not finna lie. So I know the confidence level has got to be up when you hit that stage. It's like it's just you and nobody else. And
Exactly.
you run it. You run your bit and you do what you got to do, and just have a good time with it.
Dallas is a very comedy heavy environment.
Right
like
now,
DFW.
man, it's so.
It's popping. It's popping like never.
We got people moving from different states.
Yes,
They
because
get
comedy
here.
is going on here. And so you have a shot that a lot of people would love to have and they don't get, or they haven't had the chance to get. So those 5 minutes that you have on stage, 7, 10, whatever it is, use it. Take advantage of it. And it's not always going to be great, but it's always an opportunity.
Yep.
And it goes back. You have to respect that time.
Yeah.
You have to respect the audience, and you have to respect yourself as a comedian because
Yeah.
you're challenging
Oh, yeah.
yourself. You have to go there prepared. Whether it's an open mic, if you're gonna try new jokes, you have to thought about them.
Yeah, you have
unless
to.
you are a very good improviser. But just just own it. Just respect. Comedy is a very serious business.
No, it is.
It
Even
really
though it's
is.
joking, like it's crazy.
Is.
Yes, you're
It
right.
is. But you have to respect it. You have to make it a priority. You have to invest your time and
not just your time. If you got a family, you got to invest their time too.
Yeah,
that's hard,
that's
man.
true.
That's
That's
really
true.
hard.
That's the thing that's killing me right now.
Well, speaking of taking advantage and being on stuff, why don't you take advantage right now and tell them how they can get a hold of you, all your social media platforms, where, when, how, why, your what you like about guys. No, not that. Just no, but put all your social media information out there. Oh, hello, but you Texas ain't all about what they say. I'm just saying, and I'm from here.
Hello, people. You can follow me in all the social medias as Mysia Chabert, MySiaChabert. I have to spell it out. But in all social media, like all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube,
Cash App.
my website, mysiachabert.com. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
And then your mics on Thursdays.
Every Thursday.
Awesome.
Yes.
8 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
That's awesome, man. It was really, nice having you. Maybe, hopefully, we get to have you back, but later down the road, because
Get to see
When
that
we have
beautiful
other stuff
smile.
to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you match your shirt to my lipstick.
Thank you.
That was very sweet.
Well, that's what I saw your lips. I was like, I gotta have that color. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us on the after show. If you would like to invite us on your show, you want us to see us, we can do some around. Hello, we can be there. Girth does not work here though. If you have a question about comedy or you want to sponsor us, let us know. If you got something you got to say, comment, share, subscribe. Very key. Networking is key. Make sure you push them buttons. It ain't hard. All you do is push a button. You push a button on, you push a button off. And podcasting too, man, it is financial. There's stuff to do. If you would like to support and continue to see us, go to money sign GOKEYAMY. That's Cash App at Gokey Amy. I said that slowly so y'all can get it. Don't make me say it again. And, we got our Anchor site too, our platform that we're getting going. I don't know too much about Anchor. Sorry about that. But, I would also like to give a shout out to my sponsor, man. That is, dude is very good. Like I said, we have it's called the MAD podcast. The MAD battle, the Mad Battle that we're gonna have. That me and Diego are that we are throwing. You have to come out to Dusty's to perform and to get eligible to go to the finals. The finals will be at Dallas Hyenas. The date is still to come, so we're getting all the people right now. There is gonna be a cash prize. First place is $300. Second place is $100. Third place is $50. So
be ready to bring your A game, baby.
You better bring the game because they are ready. They're bang.
Better
Like
bring
they
your A game.
said,
I'm just gonna
roasting
sit
is a
back and
whole
watch.
nother beast,
I'm
I'm
man.
gonna sit back and watch,
But
bro.
see, I'm gonna be a judge. I'm one of the judges. We have me and Diego gonna be judges, and we're gonna use the audience too. It's not gonna we don't favoritize. And Mysia knows that we don't favoritize. Just because you're our friend, if you're bad, we're gonna tell you. We go harder on our people than we do strangers.
Yes,
that's real.
Yes.
You can catch us with the face mask and the straight jacket. Oh no, that's my logo. Sorry. Big shout out to Presley Insurance Group at 8585 North Stemmons Freeway, Suite S320. If you'd like to get a hold of them, you can call them at 214-888-0730. You can catch me at any platform under Michael Mike. And that's everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Cash App.
Yeah, you can catch me at Richmond765 on YouTube, baby.
Yeah.
Check out a
I'm
couple
sorry,
of them
I
on there.
interrupted
You did.
you.
Say
Say it again.
Okay,
no, do it
it's
again.
okay.
She is rude.
Mufasa.
Well, she didn't know.
Mufasa. Say it again.
Okay, no, you can catch me. Richmo765 on YouTube. I ain't got that. And then Richard Moore on Facebook. So,
Hey, that was us, man. We had a good time. This is the DDFW after show. You got me as one of your hosts, Mr. Michael Mike Saragosa. You got my brother here, Mr. Richard Moore.
yes, sir.
And we had the beautiful pleasure of interviewing Miss Mysia Chabert.
Thank
Miss
you
Chabert?
so much.
The
I had
boss
a
of
great
Killeen.
time.
The boss.
Thank you.
Boss.
I had a
Boss.
great time. Thank you,
We had a
everybody.
great time.
Production, guys. This was amazing.
Yeah.
One of my
The
favorite.
dog that came in.
One of my
Oh.
favorite.
Thank you.
Seriously, hands down, one of my favorite.
Awesome. Good to have you,
podcasts.
man.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank-